noting the large white bin structures on her right, which were situated next to a railway line. In the main street there was an old tin workshop with cars and trucks parked out the side. A Country Women's Association building with a small sign on the old bricks looked a little neglected with its flaking paint and old wire fence. Next was another shed-like structure, cream and antique red with 2 fuel pumps out the front and a wide veranda. One advertisement offered a Coke and pie special, while another was spinning in the gentle breeze. Open flashed in white, then black. 3 utes were parked out front, their trays loaded up with big toolboxes, wire and other things that looked farm-related. A couple had dogs waiting patiently on the back. Nat pulled into the area and parked her Monte Carlo blue BMW next to the fuel bowser. Her fuel gauge was reading nearly empty. It was her motor, all 8 cylinders, chewing up fuel. Not that she minded, especially when having to pass those long trucks. Her beautiful car had been a 21st birthday present from her parents last year. It was an exquisite blue with gorgeous black merino leather seats, which were so comfy. Made the long trip bearable. Nat flipped down the mirror and reapplied her favourite lipstick, which was a similar shade of rose to her nails. Then she reached into her Gucci tote, pulled out her wallet and stepped out of the car. Outside, the afternoon sun was blindingly bright and warm. It had been cool when she'd left the city, but now it was time to discard her Jersey shrug. She noticed 2 men standing outside the shop on the veranda, watching her. Behind her large dark glasses, she studied them back as she locked the car and walked up to the shop. They wore boots, thick socks, shorts and shirts that looked a little on the thin side. The man with the dirty hat had a big tear up the side of his shorts. She could probably tell what colour underwear he was wearing if she had a good look. Nat shot them a smile before smoothing out her printed silk wrap dress and adjusting the tie at her waist. The heat prickled at the back of her neck underneath her long blonde hair, and she wished she'd taken the time to put it up. One of her high-heeled sandals slipped on the uneven dirt, but she expertly gathered herself and made it to the cement veranda without a glimmer of trouble. Nat had dressed in her best for her new adventure. She hardly left the house without a good pair of heels. But only now did she wonder whether she looked too different. It seemed that old clothes and worn boots were the go. The men nearby still watched her soundlessly, as if their tongues had frozen. She opened the glass door and walked inside the shop, pushing her sunglasses onto her head. A girl of no more than 18 was serving a man at the counter. Her face flushed as she talked to him. She wore a black singlet, torn denim jeans, and had her hair up in a loose knot. An open can of Diet Coke sat nearby, along with a phone that was making tweeting sounds. The girl was about to put a box of tissues in a plastic bag when she looked up. Her mouth dropped as she spotted Nat. The door opened and the 2 men from outside shuffled in. The man at the counter didn't turn. He was busy signing something. He was also in shorts and boots. At least his shorts didn't show his underwear, Nat thought. "Excuse me, can I get some fuel?" asked Natalie. The girl nodded. Yeah, just turn the pump on." She pointed to a switch on the wall behind her. Someone had written, "Turn off fuel," and underlined "off" 3 times. "This one?" Nat put her finger on it. When the girl nodded, she flicked it on. "Thanks." "Cheers, Jess," said the man at the counter, putting down the pen. Jess stood up straighter and smiled. "No worries. Thanks. See you around." Nat checked him out when he turned around. He was tall and cute, a real-life handsome farmer. This one wasn't like the 2 older guys behind her with scruffy hair and worn clothes. Well, actually, this one did have messy, blonde-tipped hair and he wore boots, but his face was gorgeous. Something you'd normally see in a fireman calendar, with dirt smudged on his tanned skin.